We so often get caught up in things other than this present moment. Thoughts, feelings, worries, concerns. There are so many things that pull us out of the now. And it can be hard to return. It can be hard to come back to the now when the mind is so powerful. It can run away so quickly and so easily. And here is one technique that is so effective and so consistent at bringing people back into their now that I use it all the time, particularly with my clients who are particularly dysregulated. Dysregulated means, when the nervous system is really activated, elevated, basically people who are completely freaking out. This is the technique that I use, mostly, because it works even then. Now, the principle behind this is that if our mind, our feelings, if things are running away from us, there's so much going on, we're very rarely present. We might be worried about the future, or thinking about the past, or hoping one thing may happen, or wishing something did, but it didn't. These are the things that preoccupy us, bring us down, and make us feel really freak out. So the key then is to enter into the present. And how do you enter into the present moment? Your senses are the gateway to the present. I'll say that again. Your senses are the gateway to the present. So here's the technique, very easy. I'm going to count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do this now. It'll take a minute or so. Put aside some time, listen to the sound of my voice, and see what you notice. I want you to look around the room that you're in now, and I want you to name 5 things that you can see. And you have to say this out aloud, or it doesn't count, or it doesn't work. Say out aloud 5 things that you can see. The lamp, a wall, that light, the fan, a sock, whatever. Name 5 things that you can see. When you've done that, listen to 4 things that you can hear and say out aloud what they are. You must say it aloud. Ticket 4. Just listening to the environment, listening to the sound of my voice, listening to the sounds your own body might make. When you've got 4, we'll move on. And from here, things start to get a little weirder. 3 things that you can touch. I don't want you to touch them. Say what they are, even if you're all by yourself. Better if you're all alone. Who cares? No one can hear you. No one will judge you. Say it out loud. Scream it. Who cares? Name 3 things that you can touch and say how they feel. Wall, firm, shirt, soft fabric, I don't know, whatever, fabric-y. 3 things you can touch. Touch them and describe how they feel. Things get weirder still. 2 things that you can smell. They might be weird things. It might be the smell of my own breath, or I don't know. Maybe the smell of dust in the room, who knows? But try quite hard. Some people don't have the best sense of smell, but see if you can smell 2 things. If you really need to, you can find 2 things in the room around you and hold them up and smell them. That will help bring you into the now. And the final thing is to name 1 thing which you can taste. Now, you don't need to go and lick something, but you could. You might just be able to taste it, a taste that might be in your mouth, maybe of a meal that you had earlier. That taste may still be in your mouth and you may not even have realized. Naming 1 thing you can taste. Naming it, saying it out aloud. It's essential. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 things that you can see, 4 things that you can hear, 3 things that you can touch, 2 things that you can smell, and 1 taste you can detect in your mouth. Now, it's very likely that you will not remember this technique at the time you really need it, which might be when you're absolutely freaking out. But this might be helpful for someone around you or someone that you know. Maybe they're having a bit of a freak out. Maybe they might be able to listen and you might be able to talk them through this. Hey, can you just try something with me real quick? It might really help. Let's just give it a shot. 5 things you can see. 4 things you can hear. And by the way, you wait for them to say this back to you. 4 things you can hear. 3 things you can touch. 2 things that you can smell and 1 thing that you can taste. This technique is crazy effective. Your senses are a gateway to the present. Use this liberally, use this everywhere. I hope this helps. It may help to even calm you down even just a little bit right here, right now. Welcome that little bit more to the present. Thanks for your time.